Common denominator, that kind of gives them something to be proud about. And I guess high school athletics in a community like this does it. It's here now, fellas. I had a whole little speech. Really mouth. Coming from the heart. Coming from the heart, fellas.
Our philosophy the same way since 1911. Bully ball.
Dominate from the start. All right? We worked all the summer for this.
None of these players have been to camp.
Once we went to camp, I let them know it's going to be tough. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be grimy. It's going to be blood, sweat, and tears. And that's Aliquippa football.
Oh, my. It's too much. Gotta call Mom, dude. She was a little emotional with my last camp.
Positions are not given. You can take them, you can earn them, but we ain't giving you a damn thing.
If I gotta get out my bed to make you run, you're gonna hate me.
And no crybabies here. You teach them at 4 and 5 and 6 year olds, the twerp level. That's where the dog get put out. I'm just saying it's the legacy. It's the bloodlines that run deep here.
You have to carry that weight of what your father's done, uncles have done, grandfathers have done. It's deeper than just being on a football team with us. It's like we are truly a family.
Quip. It means something to you. Yep.
I got my back. We're gonna give everybody what they came to see a show.
This community has a rare and most unique football culture, unlike any other. Good evening. I'm Sheldon Ingram, and welcome to Chronicle. I'm standing on Heinz Field at Aliquippa High School, home of the Quips. It is a name linked to football dominance in Western Pennsylvania throughout many generations. It is a name known across the country. It is the only high school in America to produce 3 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Last season, the Quips went undefeated and captured a 3rd state title in 6 years. So they entered this season with high hopes of going back-to-back as state champions. People in the program are always asked, what makes Aliquippa so good all the time? So Chronicle was granted all access to the Aliquippa football program to find out, even before the first whistle to start the season. Nothing was off limits. We dug in, and we got it all. Tonight, we reveal Aliquippa's DNA, that secret sauce to the program's long-standing legacy. And it starts in the community, where a minister once told us the community is the electricity that feeds the team. That is the rod of strength that has helped define and support the program in the good times and the dark times.
You can go anywhere in America and say Aliquippa and they're going to say football.
You're Aliquippa fighting Quip.
You hear Aliquippa can't wait for Friday night football. It's like a fever. It's like a drug. They need it. They need it. They need Friday night.
My name is Namor Davis in 12th grade, and I play defensive tackle and guard. Everybody from Aliquippa know that we different from other people. It's just something different. Everybody say like so water. A lot of people really just wonder how we keep winning and how we keep going at it, but a lot of people really just don't see behind the scenes of like what we go through. Even just going outside, like nobody, if you just know a person, like you know their mind, like everybody, we all just so close together, like everybody just know each other.
But what created this unique community bond and why?
Food always brings everybody together. Oh, I got mac and cheese and coleslaw for you. You need room for your fish now.
What is in the secret sauce of Aliquippa football? What makes Aliquippa football so doggone good year after year?
You want to play because you want to make the community proud. You want to play because your relatives or somebody you know has excelled in not only football but in academics as well. The work ethic of the steel workers and all the different cultures that mingled in Aliquippa were the beginning of the work ethic that exists now.
That goes all the way back to the late 1920s when Benjamin Franklin Jones set up shop along the Ohio River. He was the founder of J&L Steel.
Hi, my name is Cindy Murphy, and I'm the local historian for Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Until J&L built the mill here, it was just a very small community. When Jones and Laughlin wanted to build it, they had envisioned what they called a suburban utopia.
At the time, the area was called the Village of Woodlawn, where the steel mill was up and rolling. The Village of Woodlawn took on the name of Aliquippa, which was the existing name of a smaller village next door.
By the 30s and 40s, it was the largest fully integrated mill in the world. They built all the homes. They had paved streets. They had police department, fire department. They had, the schools were one of the best in the nation.
A massive workforce grew from the steel mill. Immigrants from European countries and blacks from the South. They formed a hardened work ethic and human bond that would last for generations.
Aliquippa always had a very close-knit community. There was still that brotherhood from people working in the mill.
That was the foundation for Aliquippa's first high school football team in 1915. But it was 26 years later that one man in particular gave Aliquippa football its true identity.
That'd have to be Carl Ashman. Aliquippa they started to separate a little bit from the rest of them, I think, when they hired Carl Ashman. He was a no-nonsense guy. He was meaner than hell.
Did he teach perseverance? Did he teach toughness? Did he teach meanness? Did he teach high football IQ? What did he teach?
All of that. All of that. I mean, he taught. You know, he expected you to be tough.
The way he coached football, you'd think he was like, maybe a former criminal, because he was as tough as nails.
Ashman pumped steel-grade toughness into Aliquippa football for 24 years. That is the longest-running tenure in school history. 3 WPIAA championships, 189 wins, and only 88 losses.
Toughness. Now, the toughness it's indigenous from that era to the current era.
4 decades later, Aliquippa's toughness was tested during 4 economic calamities. J&L Steel, the behemoth steel-making giant, collapsed in the 1980s with the rest of the steel industry. That was then. This is now.
This is where it's all started.
This is Aliquippa's mayor. A steel mill was here, stretching 7.2 miles along the Ohio River. It employed more than 10,000 people, but it died.
1994, 95, it was like we were a shell of our former self.
Mass exodus.
Mass exodus, man. People were like during this early 80s, my dad, that people were killing themselves, jumping off bed. People were dead. They were committing suicide. It was nuts, man.
And then Aliquippa Medical Center fell on life support during bankruptcy in the mid-1990s. It never revived.
This is the old hospital site.
Used to be right here.
Right here, as you face it. Helicopter pad was over here. Hospital was right here.
U.S. Airways added to Aliquippa's hardship when the airline abandoned Pittsburgh as a hub.
We call them deaths because they stripped the community of valuable resources, people. Everybody left, moved out. Some people went to Charlotte.
Those events gutted Aliquippa. It fell into a grave state of helplessness. It was declared a distressed city under Pennsylvania's Act 47, unable to care for itself.
Couldn't pay our bills, couldn't do nothing, couldn't do anything. They had to have the state come in and save us.
And at that point, all you had was what?
Football. That's all we had, and each other.
Aliquippa's toughness was tested a 4th time when it was torn with racial unrest in the late 1960s. It spilled over into the high school football program, staring Donald Yanessa in the eyes when he took over as head coach in 1972. He played for Ashman in 1957 and 1958. Mike Dicker and Johnny Ivasovich were his teammates. Yanessa employed the next-gen brand of toughness when confronted by the racial unrest.
It was horrible. It was horrible. They hated each other. I mean, come on, they hated each other. It was like really bad. I knew in order to win football games, I was going to have to get these black and white kids to start cooperating with one another. And I wanted them to like one another. And I drove that point home every day. I walk into that gym, There's about maybe 80 guys in that sitting in those stands in that old gym in the high school. I'm not kidding you, Sheldon. They were separated like somebody drew a line between them and said, if you're white, you sit here. If you're black, you sit here. And I stood there and I did. I took about 15 minutes. You get up. What's your name? You sit over here. You get up. What's your name? And you sit over there. And I mixed them all up.
And after all of that, Aliquippa fought back to become independent, no longer a distressed city under Act 47 as of last year. That toughness is at the heart of the Quip's playbook.
You always want to finish, even in life. Anything you do, you want to finish. Keep going. No matter what you do, just keep going, keep going. That's what it means for me to be in Quip, is to always just keep going and don't give up.
I think it's a generational thing. I think what happens is it's expectations. I keep using that word expectations.
You know, when you come to Aliquippa, you come to play. And no crybabies here. You teach them at 4 and 5 and 6 year olds, the twerp level. That's what the dog get put in them.
I think one thing you'll find out about Aliquippa is the parents don't baby their kids.
They start at this age, which you can see. Hard and smart is our motto. Go hard, work hard, play smart. That's another thing people on the outside don't want to give us, how smart these kids are, how hard they work.
I think that's been there since Ashman was here, since the 40s. I mean, you look at kids that play now, most of these kids are related to somebody who played 20, 30, 40 years ago. And their uncles and aunts and grandmothers are in the stands, and mothers are in the stands. They expect those kids to play well.
Their whole mindset is, I want to come out that tunnel on Friday night.
Repeating as back-to-back state champions will not be easy for the Quips.
Winning the state championship, there's a target on your back. Everybody expects you to take a drop off.
Kids are getting better mentally.
Their first challenge is not from an opponent. It's from within.
I'm Mike Warfield, Aliquippa High School head football coach. In my 6th season as the head football coach, I have 4 Whitfield district championships and 3 state championships. I'm about to announce that I'm going to take a year leave of absence and stepping it down away from the Aliquippa football program as the head coach.
Breaking the news to the players is the hard part. It happened during the first day of conditioning before training camp in August.
It was difficult because I was just concerned how the kids were going to respond, if they were going to be okay. Because, a lot of our kids are just looking for consistency.
On social media, everybody going crazy, talking about it wasn't going to be good. It was bad,
Having a great mentor like that step down, who showed me so much, that's why I was sad about the situation. Just running past him. I'm not blocking him like this. Be accountable for each other. They're going to get a lot of reps here.
Rashawn Patrick is now the acting head coach of the Quip's football program.
Rashawn Patrick, he's a young man who could take this program in 20 years from now.
Time to leave for training camp, 107 miles away at Clarion University.
Come on now. If you're gonna be a big boy, you gotta do some things. I want you to take somebody to play.
So we got the passes here. They're going to pray for us while we're doing this trip. Make sure no injuries. Make sure we have a good, safe trip. Great camp. And we come back healthy. All right? Everybody wake up.
Today we're here that we might pray God's blessings upon these young men. We're praying that God would, first of all, place his hands upon them, keep them safe. It's in Jesus' wonderful master's name we pray, as we all together say amen. Amen. Amen.
Hello, my name is Amy Walker, and I'm the proud mom of Harrison Walker.
Amy is swallowed up in emotion as she sends off her son Harrison to training camp.
A little scared because, sending him away, and I'll tell you why, because he's the baby of the family. He's the third. I have my daughter Shania and my son Elijah, which we call him AJ. And then there's Harrison. I'm a sports mom, as you can tell, definitely a sports mom. We live and breathe sports here. Not only education is number one, but it's sports.
Enjoy yourself, have fun.
Vicki Taylor is the other mother. She's a single mother. She's leaning on the coaches as role models for her son, Justice Starks.
Seeing him off that day meant I had to depart with him, praying that the young man that was leaving me was going to return with much more maturity.
Everybody on?
It's a 2-hour ride to training camp for players and coaches on 2 school buses. That's a lot of time to think about defending their title as Pennsylvania 4A champions. They arrive at Clarion University in the evening. Cameras follow Harrison Walker, the All-State defensive back, and Justice Starks, the offensive and defensive lineman.
I gotta get one more. Moving in day. Walker.
Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let me just get it for you.
I feel a nice little air. You got to feel comfortable here. I got the wrong one. Yeah, 303. I got 303A down there.
Oh, no.
Y'all key wasn't working? You see, y'all got the wrong one. You know, we linemen over here, so like, get hungry throughout the night. You might need a couple snacks here and there. Free size. Cheese it. Got all your Pringles, Pop-Tarts, late night snacks. The college life look like. I had to, bro. You gotta drink water. You gotta hydrate. The cleats right here. These the main practice cleats. These was my favorite. These gonna be the game cleats, but they got busted up, so I use them for practice too.
Harrison pauses to call home to mom.
Yeah.
Alright, now you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. All right, lady.
I love you. Alright. The first phone call. The first phone call. Very, at first I didn't want to talk because I didn't want to get him nervous. But it's crazy because he was like, Ma, these beds.
I've never been more happy in my life. But what you doing, Bo? Bo, you cool?
Players load up for dinner just before the first team meeting.
We're going to get everything we can out of y'all, and we're expecting y'all to give us everything y'all got.
It's about to get real for the Quips.
Like I told y'all, bring notebooks. It's going to be a lot of learning. Everything on the field is going to be fast. So you got to make sure you're paying attention.
You can't be sitting around feeling sorry for yourself or thinking somebody's going to feel sorry for you, because we're not. But we ain't giving you a damn thing. Understand that when we go out there on that football field tomorrow, it's about building a team that's going to help us win a championship.
We coming to work. Ain't no days off, ain't no minutes off. We getting after it. But when y'all wake up in the morning, be ready.
A majestic sunrise over Clarion University. It's time to go to work.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
His name is Mockingbird, equipment manager for 25 years.
Why you got your people on block? Let's go.
It's loud, disrupting. It's just all over the place. It's terrible.
Let's go. Let's go. We should all be. This should be the long room.
Oh my.
Let's go.
Mockingbird is relentless.
Let's go. Don't try to get your up. Who's wrong with you? Smell like a bag of news in here. Wash up. Take a shower. You stink.
After breakfast, they're on the field.
Because we in shells, I mean we can't get what we want accomplished.
Much is expected of the players, especially honoring the rules of training camp. They're not to be broken.
My name is Justice Starks. I'm going to 11th grade.
Justice Starks missed the first team breakfast. A camera was on him during the team meeting the night before when Coach Patrick told the team not to skip a meal.
Make sure we're checking in for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do not miss a meal. All right?
In the team meeting, Coach said, don't miss a meal. You missed the first breakfast. But he wasn't smiley when coaches punished him.
Let's go. Come on. Feet up, bro. You want to miss alarms and stuff? Let's go. You ready?
I'm tired, bro. No, I'm not ready.
Let's go. Plank. Come on. Flip over, Justice.
Nobody told y'all to miss breakfast this morning.
You a starter, too, bro.
That, to me, was the challenge that he needed. That, to me, was the challenge I needed. I wanted to see if he understood there are consequences to not being able to pay attention to instruction.
I would probably say just not waking up that first day at camp showed me a lot that you got to be responsible and on time, because if you're not, you got to pay consequences, like you got to grass and roll 100 yards and do all types of stuff. But also keeping like your stuff organized, you know, being on track and like having a time schedule, discipline. You know, you got to do certain things at certain times in a certain way.
Since Justice has returned, that 7 a.m. wake up has not been a problem. He's been getting up on his own.
So he returned a better young man than when he left.
Absolutely.
Players endure a barrage of physical practices, multiple practices each day. This is their routine, Monday through Thursday.
Hey, Yankee! Go! Come on, Dad!
And you run through to the basket. Oh. There we go.
Fierce physicality is what the players are taught, and they embrace it.
Good. Come on. Get your mouth in. There we go. I get here.
We want to break these kids down, but we gotta build them back up and build them back up stronger. A lot of these kids don't have any foundation mentally and emotionally, but being up here at camp and in the spirit of your teammates.
Go.
When you're here all day, every day, and tomorrow until we bring you home. We get you away from your parents, away from your friends, away from any distractions or any other problems that may arise, and it's just showing your coaches trying to build a team.
Some of these kids, they never been away from home before.
No, some of the coaches.
Awesome. We athletes 2 feet. We athletes 2 feet.
Physicality and hammering is painful. Their young bodies are feeling it.
Now.
Even Tyke Hayes is feeling it. He's one of the toughest players. He's one of the top 3 running backs in the country. But he and his teammates value what training camp means.
It's really important because, training camp is a time to bond with teammates and get sharper as a team. Being away from home, you can really build a camaraderie with the team.
Of course, everybody wants us to be reigning for champions or 14-0 again. We taking it game by game, step by step, and we're going to do what we do.
Our goal as a team this year is a state championship.
But players must also exhibit high football IQ.
And I'm just beating them to the spot and just running past them. I'm not blocking him like this, because this is blocking the back. If you can't see his eyes, you do not block him.
And they have to possess unmatched physicality. That is what they want to unleash on opponents.
The physical part, that's going to be part of our DNA, going forward in Aliquippa football.
Shake-up in high school football tonight that has a lot of people talking. Now, the PIAA is trying to push the small powerhouse school into Class 5A.
The PIAA is not one of my favorite entities, I promise you that.
So then now we go through the court system.
The Aliquippa football team will be able to stay at 4A. A judge granted the high school's preliminary injunction against the PIAA.
Community is definitely frustrated and does feel signaled out and does feel like, this is just one more battle that our students, have to face.
That's next on Quip Town.
Home is where the heart is, where the light shines in, and celebrations break out. A place to cherish beginnings and ends. Whoever set our homes up
Aliquippa's population is less than 10,000, and school administrators say their student population is small, the size of a Class 2A school. Pound for pound, is believed that Aliquippa would routinely smash every 2A school in the state. That is a bad look in the eyes of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association, known as the PIAA. They are the gods governing high school sports in Pennsylvania. PIAA administrators already moved Aliquippa into Class 4A because of its dominance. And they're not finished because they're still fighting to move the school into 5A. Do the folks in Aliquippa feel like they're being picked on by the PIAA?
Absolutely. At this point, I think the community in the whole feels that Aliquippa has been picked out of the pile.
What is the community's feelings towards the PIAA?
Words aren't we allowed to say here? They are an arrogant, old-fashioned organization.
Folks around town say the PIAA is Aliquippa's greatest opponent.
The PIAA is an aristocratic, old man organization that should be gone.
Let me ask you this.
The end.
Do you think Aliquippa is being punished for its success?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, we got a population of 115 boys, and we play in schools with 600 to 700.
But even against those odds, Aliquippa won 2 Whitfield championships and a state championship title, while going undefeated last year in Class 4A. The PIAA wasn't having any of that.
So then they wanted to move us to 5. We filed an appeal, and in that appeal, we were successful, and we argued health and safety. With 5A, they have triple the amount of students to choose from, and they have triple the allotment of people per position.
We only dressed 36 kids, where we played a team that probably had 70 or 80 on their team, where they got 2 or 3 platoons. I mean, physically, we stood up the test of time, but one injury away, the games can drastically change.
Their terminology was health and safety will not be considered as a factor. And then that's when we filed the court complaint, and the courts sided with us that health and safety is important. So then they filed an appeal to overturn the emergency injunction. And then from that appeal, they filed a second appeal to overturn that injunction. And then they were attempting the third one. And at that point, they rescinded it.
Chronicle made several requests for an on-camera interview with PIAA Executive Director Robert Lombardi. Each time, he was too busy or not in the office.
I think they're ignorant to our situation and our students' circumstances. I don't think they have an understanding of the type of community we have. They're just ignorant, or they don't have the capacity to understand how their role is affecting our community.
The courts get it.
The courts do get it, yes.
This guy was crazy when he played.
Former coach Donald Yanessa believes the PIAA is resentful of Coach Mike Warfield for 2 reasons. Number 1, leading the small school to a state title while going undefeated in 4A.
They're sick of it because no matter what happens, no matter where they go, they win. And they win big.
And number 2, students transferring into the Aliquippa program. Exhibit A, Jamar Allen. He was suspended for his junior year after transferring from North Hills to Aliquippa.
To attend Aliquippa, he's suspended for a whole year. You take away a kid's whole year of high school athletics.
I told him, I said, Mike, it's just the way it is, the lay of the land. I mean, they're jealous of you, and they hate the fact that they think you're spitting in their face and you're getting away with it.
And the PIAA fight to move Aliquippa into 5A is still a legal battle that is tied up in court.
I totally think it is biased and it's affecting our kids because our kids, like I said, just trying to survive. Move from here, move from there. Gotta move here, gotta go stay with grandma, gotta come back and move with auntie. And they're just trying to survive and they're being punished for that.
All the outside noise is just outside noise.
What are your expectations coming up against the 3A champions in your house on Friday?
My expectations for us are high. We're the Quips.
This is my last game of the season. Obviously, I'm a senior, so this going to be, I feel like this is the most important game in my life right now.
Countdown to the first kickoff when Quip returns. Game week kicks off Sunday morning inside Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church.
Father God, we pray that you will cover the football team, the coach, and Lord God, whether it's in victory or defeat. We just ask, Lord God, that you cover them with your guardian angels, protect them.
This is their last physical practice before facing their first opponent. It's so close they can taste it. Coach Dan Short turns up the intensity.
It's a sprinter. Get to the side. Don't worry about the man. Get to the sideline. That's where he's throwing the ball. To the sideline.
That's it. That's it. You got 10 other guys coming.
And they're coming to Bell Vernon.
In the last 2 years, we played them here, and we beat them at home. So I'm only looking forward to beating them 3 times in a row.
We had good preparation this week, good film study, and a lot of studying and just practicing and repetition and all that. So I feel like we're ready.
This is our house special chicken. Father started his business in 1957.
Inside Metropolis Catering, 26 hours before kickoff. Every Thursday evening, some group in the community feeds the football team. It's an Aliquippa tradition.
Homemade meat sauce.
Danny Metropolis is the owner of Metropolis Catering. Danny and his brothers were star football players for Aliquippa back in the day.
Make all homemade stuff.
It's Coach Mike Warfield who's paying for the meal as the community sponsor. But the players don't know it.
They ready? We got plates. Come on in. I cooked all this. What's up, big dog? You good? What's up? You got number 8, huh? Yeah. Okay. What's up, big dog? You good, gang? What's up?
You cook all this. I know it's oxtail.
What's up, y'all? You good?
It was unexpected, I was excited. I felt the love, and it was needed. It was needed. It was very much needed. It made me feel like confident, like okay, like it was a hand on my shoulder, just gave me a boost, confidence boost.
I was happy to see him. Man, to see him come back.
Total surprise to you guys?
Yep, he surprised us all. We was all happy to see him.
Hey, Vic, that bag of pills.
A handful of mothers pitch in to serve dinner to the players. They call themselves the Mom Pound.
Every Thursday, not just home games, away games also. Every Thursday we prepare. We're up there at the school by 5 o'clock. We set up. We get everything ready for the boys.
Teachers, at this time, please report to the auditorium for the pep rally. Please report to the auditorium for the pep rally.
Just before kickoff, it's tailgating. and a groundbreaking ceremony for expansion of the sports facility. And now it's game time. Inside the locker room, the moment is sacred for the Quips.
It's here. It's here now, fellas. Now it's time to lean on each other. Lean on each other. Brother, I got you. Mike G told me earlier this week, I got you, Coach Pat.
And then Tyke Hayes unleashes his passion.
Yo, we get brothers, bro. I'm gonna say this like I said to Lyman. My mom ain't come broke every day. That's my money sport. I'm trying to make it out. I just have my back the whole game.
We got you, Tyke. We got you.
I love it. I love going through pain. I love going to hell. I love being tired. I love football. Y'all gotta let that out for everybody. But this eyes. So come on, bro.
And then the visiting Bell Vernon Leopards show up for the party.
Come, fellas, let's go! You have the call.
Aliquippa won the toss. They deferred their choice to the second half.
Yeah, sounds good. You're gonna see. That's why y'all ran the 3A. 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 I just said that, like, they ran the 3A and they really wanted no parts of Aliquippa.
Were you trying to intimidate them?
Yeah, the whole team.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it worked?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And Aliquippa proceeded to run over Bell Vernon. Tyke Hayes ran through and around the Bell Vernon Leopards.
Turn it up. Touchdown.
When I scored, I'm like, oh yeah, we got this. So I'm looking around. They all the other teams are down. They already lost. So I'm like, and our line hype. So I'm like, we got this. These guys are a lost cause.
Yeah, I believe they were real soft. You know, they were all talk.
Soft as cotton.
You gotta give me a little bit more than that. Either you're gonna kick it hard and it's gonna bounce everywhere, or you gotta drive it slow and give us time to get down, all right?
Suddenly, the Quips were stopped in their tracks.
There's going to be a slight delay for Lightning.
I was real disappointed. I wanted to play the whole game, you know. I really wanted to show Bell Vernon that, you know, we could put 50 points on them and they could put 0.
Come on.
Officials canceled the game. It will not count in the standings. But the Quips, they sent a message.
Yeah, I believe they were real soft. You know, they were all talk, just trying to hype it up more. What happened last Fridays in the past.
As it ends, we gotta be on the top shoulder, right? We don't go beyond the top shoulder because this.
Let's challenge these dudes. Let's challenge these dudes.
Touchdown on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We started off real bad. Like, even on film, you can see how bad we started off. But then the lightning delay, I think that saved us a little bit. We got our minds right.
Having Tyke and Samir back there in the backfield, two-headed monster, and then just opening up the whole playbook for all of us.
We came out swinging, we came out harder, and we kept pushing, and they just couldn't handle it.
Let there be lights. The Pittsburgh Zoo and Clarion.
Just us coming together and getting better each week. That's our goal at the end of the day. Might get that red. That red might be crazy. Why you get
First half was terrible. You didn't do terrible. Step on next right now. We need a turnover.
Sure.
They say they physical, but they ain't physical, they say.
Starting quarterback Marquise Council. Starting running back, Tyke Hayes. There's something about their game that fans and football observers don't talk about. Their IQ.
I am Marcus Counsel, quarterback. I carry a 4.0 GPA.
Tyke Hayes is named Academic All-American by Pennsylvania Football News, along with All-State defensive back Harrison Walker.
Because football can only take you so far. Definitely the position I play, I definitely got to have a plan B because football can only take you so far.
Everybody looks at me and along with a lot of my other teammates as just like kids who just play football. But like off the field, we're really hard-working kids.
Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool. 3 years ago, school superintendent Dr. Philip Woods and coach Mike Warfield teamed up to do two things: eradicate low academic expectations and replace that with high-achieving academic standards.
Essentially, you can have a 1.0 all year, meet all local graduation requirements, get your high school diploma, but not be able to accept a scholarship.
Pennsylvania's Department of Education requires a 1.0 GPA to receive a diploma, but 2.3 GPA for athletes to receive a Division I scholarship.
We didn't want to be 1.0, but we didn't want to go too high and put kids in bad situations. So we decided that we're going to stay with 2.0, which is higher than the minimum.
But they didn't stop there. Warfield and Woods upped the ante to 3.0.
It was amazing because what we wanted to do, the kids actually took the expectation and went higher. So now we had over 54% of our kids averaging a 3.0 or higher.
One of the driving motivators for academic excellence is the study table. It was created by athletic director Dr. Jennifer D'Amico.
It's like an after-school tutoring homework help time where they come and they can get help with homework or something they're struggling in, and they're required to come 2 days a week.
If GPA falls below 3.0, they must attend study table to get it back up. If it falls below 2.0, athletes cannot dress for the next game.
There's even been some teasing amongst the teams, like, oh, you're under 3.0 this week, you have to attend study table.
When Coach Mike and them started coming, it was probably 2 people, 4.0s, now it's 20, so.
Aliquippa High School now has a high-end academic brand to match its football persona.
Out of the 36 that we finished the year with on the team, 19 of them were made academic All-American.
We're getting calls from Harvard, calls from Yale, calls from Stanford.
Brandon Banks, class of 2024. He is the first Aliquippa High School athlete to receive an athletic and academic scholarship from Yale University.
You don't hear Aliquippa kids or kids from in this area in general going to Yale or Ivy League school. And I was really just in shock. I was just in awe because I'm the first person from Aliquippa to go to Yale. So it's just crazy to me. It was just surreal.
We have kids going to Yale, kids going to Pitt, kids has a possibility to go to Stanford. So it's changing.
I am be considered by University of Pennsylvania, Princeton, Harvard, Dartmouth, and Michigan State. When people talk about Quip, all they think about is just football. So with me going to Yale and getting an offer from Yale, it just changed the whole perspective on Aliquippa. And we're not just athletes, we're student athletes. We also have the grades too.
You're graduating in December. Mm-hmm. That's quite an accomplishment. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited because my 11th grade year, I did with a workload, so I didn't have no elective classes. I had all core classes, so it was a workload. But I'm proud of myself that I accomplished that.
What's your next move?
Go to Penn State. Go to Penn State in January, sometime in January. But while I'm here, I'm probably gonna work out harder than ever.
Penn Hills is good, but I feel like they're gonna start practice for in the third.
They're gonna be a tough team. Gonna have to go out there and fight. But it's just another Friday.
It's gonna be crazy. A lot of fans, a lot of noise, and we gotta block it out for real. It's gonna be big, but
that's next on Quip Town. When it comes to 1-888-MEDMAL1 or medmal1.com. Week 4 of the season features a dogfight. Alpha versus Alpha.
I know a couple of the players on that team, but I know the players on this team too. I spent whole camp with them. And I know we got more heart. We're going to go out there. We're going to do what we do.
Everybody knows it's going to be dogs against dogs this game. They know there's going to be a lot of pads cracking. It's going to be a physical game, and we're going to rap.
Get down. Get him.
4A Aliquippa versus 5A Penn Hills. Both teams know what's waiting on the other side.
I want the shoulder. Now, do we want to roll the hips? We ain't hitting, but we still got to do it. I want to simulate hit to hit. Hey, here we go. Right there. Right there. Big wide, Jay. Big wide, Jay.
Matchup that everybody's waiting for. I mean, there's been a lot of talk.
Everybody walking down the street. Yes, sir. Penn Hills this week. And that's it.
Especially here, inside Legends Barbershop on Franklin Avenue in Aliquippa.
Y'all not sweating Penn Hills at all. Penn Hills got a reputation for football, though, man.
We got a reputation for football. If you can go anywhere in America and say Aliquippa and they're gonna say football. You say Penn Hills, they're not gonna say football.
What y'all thinking about the game tonight?
Quip. I think we're gonna blow them up.
34-14, Quip.
That's without Tyke. 34-14 Quip.
Running back Tyke Hayes is ruled out with a leg injury.
We got a good backup though. Brooks. Samir Brooks. And number 6.
Samir's more than a backup.
Yeah.
This is like a two-headed monster.
Right.
I think it's more exciting to the fans because everyone's probably always want these crossover matchups between two historic programs like Aliquippa and Penn Hills because you got the rich history. A lot of guys have made it to the NFL, some Hall of Fame guys. So they both are gritty teams that are winners. The kids are a little bit more focused for sure. It's been real quiet this week, and the kids, you can tell their sense of urgency.
I've never played Aliquippa before, so it'll be my first time. I'm excited.
Have you heard about Aliquippa?
I've heard about them.
You know about their legacy?
Yes, sir.
They're all like old teammates, like 7-on-7 teammates I done had, good kids. You know, I know what they're capable of. You know, they die down. You know, the front seven, they die down late in the game. Our front seven, we get stronger. You know, and we're just more physical. We're better athletes.
It's gonna be one of those type of games. It's gonna be real physical.
It's about us. It's about that Penn Hills on your chest and sending a message from the opening kick return.
This thing right here is about who can hit the longest and the hardest. That's all this is going to be about.
Let's send a message from the opening snap. You understand me? They've been asking for this for 3 years. We're going to give them everything. I don't care they 5'8". They in the way. They going to remember our name. You understand me? They going to remember the name on the front and the jersey number that you wear.
It's a matchup that compelled Penn State head coach James Franklin to drop in.
The values and the toughness and the hard work, it's ingrained in the entire community.
How you doing, brother? Good. How are you? Good.
To me, it's part of their DNA, right? It's toughness, it's blue collar.
Both defenses played hard. Offenses struggled early. And when Aliquippa finally managed to cross the goal line for a score, it was ruled a fumble. One official calls it a touchdown, but it's overruled. Penn Hills returns the fumble to midfield.
I'm just asking your opinion.
In my position, I have to go with the call on the field. Like,
I know.
You can't say.
If a ref calls your name and you putting your hands up, what that mean?
I would blow the whistle and I
touchdown.
Aliquippa's offensive line was manhandled way too many times.
We're getting killed. How's it getting killed? Oh.
You get down worse. Don't cuss. Get back.
line. They kept fighting, but they fell short.
Keep your composure.
Your final score. Penn Hills 21, Aliquippa 13.
We just got smacked in the mouth. We ain't come out playing first quarter.
I feel like we didn't step up and play like we had to. Like they wasn't doing nothing we haven't seen. They didn't have better players than us. They was just playing harder. They wanted to do more than that.
I just felt like we couldn't do anything. We couldn't move the ball nowhere. Try to throw it, couldn't catch. Try to run it, couldn't run it.
All the fans was giving it to us, like all over Facebook, social media, everybody posting and trolling about it. Like it was crazy how it went.
Quip zone 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands up. We good. Walk off the field with your chin up.
After that loss to Penn Hills, the Quip still made it to the WPIAA 4A playoffs. They beat Trinity in the first round, but the Quips lost to Thomas Jefferson in the semifinals, the eventual 4A champions. However, the Quips still believe they're at the top of the food chain, vowing to come back hungrier next season. They learned from the town's legacy how to fight back against adversity. And there's something else working in their favor. Mike Warfield will return to coach the team next season. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the holiday season. And from everyone at Chronicle, good night.
Next generation comes after them. The next senior class want to leave it better than they got it. Want to leave it better than they got it. Want to leave it better than they got it.
We have love here. We have compassion here. We have hard-working individuals here. Aliquippa special.